You've been dreaming about living in Vancouver for a long time now, and you're finally making the move. You fell in love with runs along the seawall, the mountain views, being able to walk everywhere, meeting friends for hikes, the best restaurants, best coffee shops, and not having to use a car for days. Oh wait, that's me. In this video, I'm gonna share my 5 favorite communities in Vancouver, my criteria for why I love them, and at the end, I'm gonna share where I decided to live and why. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about real estate in Vancouver, subscribe below. Tap the bell for notifications to be the first to learn what's going on in the current market. My name's Meaghan Becker, local realtor. Myself and my team get calls every day from people looking to make moves in this incredible city. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, text, or email, and I'm excited to talk to you about making moves in the best city in Canada. All right, let's dive into the first conversation that I have with buyers when I sit down and help them with the buying process. The number one thing I want to understand is, what's your lifestyle like? What's important to you? How are you going to use this property? What do you do for work? What do you do for a commute? What do you like to have around? Because understanding that is really going to help me match an area and a property to what works best for you, especially if you're moving from a city and you're not familiar with the different neighborhoods in Vancouver. There's so many different neighborhoods. They've all got little different characteristics and they fit to different lifestyles, different personalities, and different things that are important to you. So I want to understand that. So what is it for me? Well, one of my first criteria was I needed to be close to the seawall. There's just something so therapeutic about being by the water. So I wanted to be within a 5-minute walk to access the seawall, whether that is for walks, for runs, just going down there. Sometimes I'll take my computer and I'll go down there, sit on the bench or sit on the grass, take a blanket and just work for a little bit. But I just wanted such easy access to that because, like I said, there's something so therapeutic about relaxing and just being able to look at water whatever time of year that is. My second criteria is that obviously I'm in real estate and I travel throughout the Lower Mainland. And so I wanted easy accessibility in and out of whatever area that I'm living in. I wanted to be able to get onto Highway 1 relatively easy as well. The next thing is I wanted to be close to coffee shops and restaurants. I wanted to be able to walk to some of the areas that I enjoy most, whether that's meeting friends for dinner or being able to have multiple coffee shops to go to, different entertainment options, or being able to walk to get my nails done or walk to the dry cleaner, different things like that. So those were the big criteria for me. And so when it comes down to areas, let me share my top 5. So my number 1 is Yaletown. And Yaletown, it checks all of those boxes. It borders the seawall. You have some of the best restaurants, best coffee shops in all of Vancouver in that area. And most of Yaletown, you're going to be within a 5-minute walk to the seawall. It's a trendy area. There's a lot going on. One of the downfalls of Yaletown is it's pretty noisy. There's a fire station there, so it's not uncommon to hear sirens on a regular basis. There's nightlife there, and so that's one of the downfalls, but all of the pros, for me anyway, outweigh all of the negatives in that area. The other reason I love Yaletown is because it's so easy to get in and out of that downtown peninsula. You've got Granville Bridge, you've got Burrard Bridge, and you've got the Canby Street Bridge, and then the Georgia Viaduct. So it makes getting in and out of downtown very easy. Unlike the West End, which I absolutely love the West End. It's close to the beach, there's tons of restaurants and coffee shops, but sometimes in rush hour traffic, it can take me 20 minutes just to get from the West End to the edge of downtown, which for me, it just didn't make sense knowing that I commute on a regular basis. The second area is Olympic Village in False Creek, specifically Olympic Village there. And it checks all of those same boxes. You're right along the seawall, on the southern side of the seawall there, as opposed to downtown, but you've got incredible views. You've got Science Center, you've got the seawall that runs alongside the south side of False Creek, and then all the restaurants, bars, coffee shops, amenities that are in Olympic Village as well. And then Olympic Village, same thing as downtown. It's super easy to get in and out of. If you want to head down to the airport, just jump on Canby. If you need to go out to Highway 1, jump on First Ave. and it's super easy to get out of Vancouver if you need to. My third area is Fairview Slopes, specifically Fairview Slopes, which is this little segment in Fairview that runs from 6th Ave all the way up to Broadway, and it lives up to its name. If you want a good hill workout, hit up this area, run up those hills a few times, and your legs will be dead. But the reason why I like this one is, again, we're super close to the seawall there. You've got incredible views of downtown in the North Shore Mountains. There's lots of coffee shops, restaurants, amenities. There's a Whole Foods there. There's lots of great restaurants in and around that area. And then very similar to Olympic Village, you're just easy access to get in and out of Vancouver there. I love the rest of Fairview. It's a really great community. It's very established, huge tree-lined streets. But for me, I didn't want to be further south of Broadway just because of the access to the seawall. The fourth area that I really love is the eastern part of Kits. So kind of Arbutus and east in that little segment there. Again, we're a little bit further away to get out of the Vancouver core area, but I really like this area because, again, it checks those other boxes. Super close to the seawall. Kits is such a desirable community. There's so many great beaches, so many great restaurants, all of the amenities are there. Everything is in walking distance. And then I like that eastern part of it because it is, if you want to be in Kits, that's the most easily accessible to get out of Vancouver. And then the fifth community that I absolutely love is the little segment of Mount Pleasant that is north of Broadway. So it's this little square here of Broadway between Cambie and Main and to the southern border of 16th. You're gonna find some really cool areas in there, and I put it number 5 because you're still a little further away from the seawall than I would like to be, but you're so close to all amenities. Everything is walkable there. There's so many bakeries. That might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. But every type of restaurant, and again, it's very easy for commuting to get in and out. And the gym that I go to, CrossFit 604, is on Main and 3rd, so super close to that. And the two runners up, I have two communities that I really, really like for a couple different reasons. The first runner-up is Commercial Drive. So it doesn't check my box right now because you're not easily accessible to the seawall. It is a little bit to get there, but it checks all of the other boxes. Again, all of the amenities along Commercial Drive. I love that area. It's full of different types of ethnicities and cuisine. You've got all of those little mom and pop kind of ethnic grocery stores there, tons of coffee, and all of the neighborhoods just have these huge tree-lined streets. They're usually, the condos are like these walk-up buildings, or there's lots of the older kind of character heritage homes that have been nicely restored, and it's just such a quaint and cool neighborhood there, and so easily accessible to everything. And then my second runner-up is Hastings-Sunrise. So I think come time when I have a family, this is where I think I would want like that family home if I were to stay in Vancouver. The other option is on the North Shore, but we're sticking with Vancouver right now, is Hastings-Sunrise, specifically in this little corner here, because you're so close to Wall Street, which is the northern street in Hastings-Sunrise, and it goes right along the water. There's tons of parks and green space here that you can walk or that you can run. And again, it's very established, huge tree-lined streets and just really gorgeous homes, and it's really great for families here. So I'm curious, what are your favorite neighborhoods in Vancouver? Do you share some of mine, or do you have a few different that you call your faves? And maybe tell me why. Why are they your favorites? Because your lifestyle definitely plays in to why you love certain neighborhoods. And thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying this video, I would so appreciate if you could like and subscribe. It tells YouTube that you're valuing the content and encourages me to keep making more. So I know you stuck around to hear where I decided to live. So when I first moved to Vancouver, I needed to find a place to rent, and I rented a spot for 3 months. I lived right in the heart of Yaletown, right on the corner of Richards and Drake, and I was 3 blocks to the seawall, and it was amazing. I loved that area. I could just grab a coffee, go down to the seawall, sit in George Wayneburn Park there, and it was so lovely. And I loved being able just to walk to different coffee shops. Matchsticks is one of my favorites that was right across the street from me there, or to go meet friends on Hamilton or Mainland, the main roads, main strips in Yaletown there. And it was so easy to get in and out of the downtown peninsula. And then I found the place that I'm currently in. And as you can see, I'm by the stadium right now. So I'm kind of on the edge of downtown in Yaletown right now. And what I love about this area is that I'm not as deep into Yaletown. And so it's just quicker for me to get to certain places that I need to be. When I'm showing clients downtown properties, it's super easy for me to get anywhere within, a 15-minute walk. Whereas when I was further in Yaletown, it was an extra 10 minutes. Not the end of the world, but I love this area for that ease of commutability. And like I had mentioned, my gym is in Mount Pleasant on Main and 3rd, and I can walk there. It's about a 25-minute walk, and it's super nice right around False Creek seawall there. So I hope you got value from this video. If you're considering making a move to Vancouver, I would love the opportunity to chat and understand what's your lifestyle like. What is really important to you? What are some of your favorite activities that you want easily accessible to where you're going to live? So please reach out. All my info is in the description box below. And again, my name is Meaghan Becker, local realtor here. I get calls and texts and emails from people every day, and I would love one of those to be you, and we can chat about helping you make moves in the greatest city in Canada. And until next time, I'm dog sitting this absolute sweetheart of a dog, Baxter, so we're gonna go for a walk on the seawall.